Good morning, everybody, or whenever you watch this, whether it's afternoon or evening. My name is Devin DiNofa. I'm here to shoot it and record another harvest testimonial with one of our members. In case you're on the fence, looking from the outside in, or you know somebody looking to grow personally and professionally in a community setting, I just want you guys to hear it directly from our members and just to make you a little bit more comfortable to where you think to yourself, you know what? If I do want to really get to that next level, I would love it to be with this community based off of what the members are saying, if they are saying positive things. So with that being said, we have our next member up. Tyler, welcome. Thank you for taking the time out to do this. And why don't you let everybody know who you are and what it is that you do?
Yeah, Devin, thanks so much for having me, man. So like you said, my name's Tyler Ardron, Vice President of Risk Reduction Plus Group and part owner. We're a licensed insurance brokerage out of Pittman, New Jersey. We specialize in flood insurance. I do that nationwide. And then I also do a lot of homeowners insurance, auto insurance, small business insurance here in New Jersey and the tri-state area.
Love it, man. All right, let's get into it. So why was it exactly that you decided to join the Harvest? What was it that you were looking for?
Yeah, so I've always been like a guy for motivation, as you can tell with the sign. I've had this for years. So I've always been, for that and watching videos in the morning, stuff like that. And I think like COVID kind of, I guess, threw a wrench into that maybe. Started like every day kind of just becoming the same kind of thing. Like it was just, all right, next day, weekend, next day, that kind of stuff. And I just saw everybody on Facebook, people I network with. I do a ton of, business development and networking. So I've seen, Justin, I've seen I see all these other members that were posting, Tim Jennings, all these members posting, great stuff about it. And it just looked awesome. So I was like, I called Justin, he said, talk to Devin. So I, reached out to you and talked to you for like 3 minutes. I said, I'm in.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm sure we'll cover, what's happened since. So.
Yeah. And by the way, man, for the most part, you took action very quick. And I say that just shows that you do spend time working on yourself, right? And the reason why I say that is because there's so many people, how many onboarding calls, people that reached out, said they have interest in, sent the link over. All right, let's go. We're ready when you are. And weeks go by, and it's just procrastination after procrastination. And you went right after it, man. So, that just shows the type of person that you are. And quite frankly, you took that into plugging into the Harvest immediately when you joined. So, why don't you share with everybody, since you joined the Harvest, what has it done for you personally, professionally?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much. I'll start with the personal side. I had a son last year now, going on a little over a year. And even probably a year before that, I used to go to, I was in the gym every day, all about health and stuff like that. And then, I had my family expanded. So I kind of like stopped. Just because I would find excuses like, I don't have time, I can't go after work. And then I'm like, all right, I'll start in the morning. And then it'd be Monday and I'd be like, I would go past my alarm. We're like, all right, I'll start next week, because it's already Monday. Now we'll start next Monday. I need to start on, you just come up with these dumb excuses that, I like we talk about, everybody kind of has them. But, since joining the group, then just people, really are holding me accountable. And seeing other people do it. And I've always been competitive too. I played sports my whole life. I still try to do stuff today. And I always want to win. Right. So I just see people on it, and that's just like my competitiveness. Like, oh, he's in the gym every day, I got to be in the gym every day.
Yeah.
Which is good, a good thing to have. Because we talk about a lot of the group when you're, like a business owner, you're kind of like on an island, right? Where, I'm just kind of by myself thinking about, all right, what do I got to do? And no one's really like, dude, you need to go to the gym. Like, no one's on you. That's on you. And since joining the group, people have been, you need to go to the gym, or, start eating healthy, or, people just actually caring about you and giving you that push that you kind of need. So that's on the personal side. And then I did the 75 hard. I didn't think I could do it. Cause I was, I wasn't in the gym for 2 years. So, and literally when I say like the worst diet you could ever think of, I'd had fast food 3 days a week, 4 days a week, maybe 5 days a week. I'd be on the road and just stop at McDonald's and get 3 cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And I'm not overweight, and I wasn't
I know.
before.
Good
So
for you, dude.
yeah, that's what people are like.
If
How do
I
you do
did
that?
I'd be a house.
That's what people said. They're like, how do you do that? I'm like, I had Taco Bell today. I had, McDonald's yesterday. And I don't know how I could do it. I just can, but it's on the inside, right? Like, even though I'm not, heavier, it's my mindset, all that stuff. I'd be tired a lot. I'd fall asleep, at 9 o'clock or whatever at night and all that. So so I did the 75 hard, stuck to a diet, went to the gym every day, went for walks, runs, basketball, whatever I could do outside. And just so much. I mean, I'm up in the morning, 5 a.m. I'm up. I'm up throughout the whole day. I don't do any coffee anymore. I used to have 3 cups of coffee. Now I might have one every couple days. So I could just tell from an energy standpoint, I have so much more energy. And that's on the personal side, and just being there for my family and stuff too, trying to do things now, and, like spending time at the pool or going places. That's more in my head now. Like, all right, what can we do today? As opposed to having a long day at work and coming home and, just vegging out or whatever. Now I'm looking to try to make memories and stuff like that. And then on the professional side, just following the roadmap, and bouncing ideas off people in the community has been great. Seeing what other people have done and trying to institute that, like doing more social media, especially. And also, like I said, about being on the island as a business owner before, seeing that other people had like the same negative types of thoughts as me. And just breaking that down and getting past that. And an example I'd give is, especially on the social media piece, I'd be, nervous about, all right, what are people going to think if I post this, or what would they say if I post that? And, like one of the first, because I started in February, which I believe that was the social media month that we covered. And one of the first things that you said, along with a lot of the community, when they were talking about their examples, was, not to care what people think, and just putting it out there. And, that's what I've done. And I've seen success from it. Now I really do get probably one message a day of like a quote request. Yeah. I get commented probably once a day as well, where someone tags me on, someone that they know that said, I'm looking for insurance. Yeah. So I've seen success through that. And then I also, because I've always done a ton of networking, now when I go to networking events, I get oh, dude, I seen you, over here, you're everywhere, you're there, wherever. And, it's just like, kind of like you said, Devin, where you're staying in front of them, daily. Right. So even though I haven't seen this person since the last event that we were at, which was like last month or whatever, they feel like I've been with them every other day, or, every day or whatever. So I feel that's done wonders for me too.
Love it, man. And, I want everybody to understand, because a lot of people from the outside in, I get it all. Hey, is this like a health club? Is this like a spiritual club? Like what is it going on? And because it's so foreign for people to work on themselves, their mindset, their health, their visualization, like their beliefs. It's so foreign to start with that when it comes to any type of coaching, to where when people see it, then they're like, wow, I never thought about that. Now I see, not only like I believe in you much more because I see what you're doing, and then I also see how it's helping your business. It all makes sense. Right. And that's why it's so foreign to people, that they think it's like a health club, but they don't understand how important the actual vehicle that you're taking to get to the life of your dreams is. And if you don't take care of that vehicle, guess what? You're going to keep breaking down every single month, every other month. So I appreciate you sharing that on both ends. And I just want to share that message for people that are watching, to understand that this is why you're seeing a lot of health and mindset. And when we're talking about spending time with our families, like all this spills in to our business and achieving our goals. So lastly, would you recommend it to others, Tyler?
Oh, 100% I would. I've recommended it already to others. Anytime when I meet with someone, naturally I talk about my personality and who I am. And like I said, I've always been a motivational type person and always tried to help people, help people. So, when that type of stuff comes up, I talk about right away, I'm in this group. You should look into joining it. It's crazy. It's $50 a month. Like, it's crazy how cheap it is. And real quick, one thing that you said before that I want to touch on, is that, I said that before I was highly motivated person. I'm pretty successful as it is now before this group. So I would think, and why I want to say this is because I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this. I would think in my head, oh, I'm doing that stuff myself. I'm already motivated. I'm watching videos. I'm doing this. And I've never been in a coaching group before until now. Like I'm telling you, it'll kick you up 5 notches than what you actually thought you were, by joining this group specifically. And that's my recommendation. And like I said, I've recommended in the past, and I 100% recommend at least just jumping on a call and getting an idea of it. But there's so much more than just the call. And, for $50 a month, it's like, that's like a week's worth of lunch.
Just so you know, and it's still cheap, by the way, but we did up it to 100.
Oh, so for those that are 100, I don't even notice it. I don't even notice it because I'm like,
not for you though. You guys.
Oh, okay. All right, I wouldn't even notice it anyway because the value that you get with this. I'm telling you, $100, $200 a month. You get one sale just by doing this group. Like, you make your money and then some. And I got to think you're going to make one sale just from something you learned from this group a month at least.
Yeah. And listen, man, I appreciate you saying that last line too, because, and this is for myself too, because still, like, I'm always trying to find, because at the end of the day, we're just a small minnow in a very big pond, right? So no matter how good we think we're doing, there's still people out there 100x where we're at right now, 200x, 300x. And one line somebody told me before was, people overvalue where they're at right now, right? Especially the people who had, the quote unquote self-made or started from nothing, and they're proud of where they're at. So they're kind of like stubborn. I got here by myself, right? And they undervalue where people testing them and pushing them and strategizing with them and putting them in a community. They undervalue the levels that can take them to. And that's the equation that keeps people stuck. Right. And keeps people, not saying that they won't continue to grow, but it could take them a lot longer. And what you're doing by investing into being a part of this, you're buying time, you're buying years.
Yep.
Right. To
where that's 100% where I was.
Way faster if you just put the ego aside. And by the way, you contribute and coach others and teach others too. Yep. So that's also another dose of personal development that you get for being a part of this. But, we're a little bit going over on time, but I appreciate you saying that, because that's what is keeping people stuck, is they overvalue where they're at right now, because, they forget that there are people doing things way bigger than they are, even though they're proud of themselves. Don't forget, there's always hundreds of levels above you. And it's once you remove that ego and get into a learning-based culture, then you're off to the races, and you're going to see things and have, discussions and think things that you've never thought about in your life.
Yep.
Right. And you're going to have people talk about you in a way that you've never been talked about in your life. And members, including you, are seeing that right now, to where you're just being an inspiration, a local celebrity. And by the way, you're serving others, you're helping others. And, you're doing that also by sharing what this community can do for them. So Tyler, listen, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for plugging in. Thank you for sharing your journey and sharing the harvest with others, because you are helping and inspiring others, brother. And lastly, thank you for taking the time to do this.
Awesome, Devin. Thanks so much for having me, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, brother.